Welcome back to another episode of East Coast Blue Jays. Thank you all for joining us here today. Now, today is January 31st, Friday, set almost 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And on today's topic will be Vladimir Guerrero massive update. Yes, update for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Hopefully we get this kid signed soon, because I'm getting a little tired of waiting. And there's only less than 2 weeks left. Well, more than 2 weeks. There's 17 days left. February 18th is the last day to get him signed. But yes, it's we gotta. There's an update today, and it's due to Mr. Hector Gomez, and he tweeted, "Source: talks between the Blue Jays and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. are progressing." Yes, it's progressing regarding a possible contract extension. The Jays are getting closer to what Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is looking for. Well, that's a great start, but I think we've heard that the other day. And then he tweeted again, things have changed. Now the Blue Jays are getting closer to what Vladdy Jr. is looking for. Well, that's a good sign. That's a great start. It could be worse. They could not be talking at all. But they are talking. And it's progress. It's progress. So this is from John Heyman. John Heyman thinks a Guerrero trade will not happen to the Mets. So Mets are wishful thinking. Same as us Blue Jays. We're kind of hoping to sign Pete Alonso. It's the same kind of circumstances. But we'll see what happens with Alonso. But right now we're talking about Vladdy. So Vladdy is not getting traded. I just don't believe the Blue Jays are going to trade their best player. They're going to try to sign him, and they'll do it right away, right before February 18th. So he believes it too. They're going to get him signed before the 18th. Because that's the last day Vladdy wants to talk about it. He doesn't want to talk about it anymore after that. When he is reporting somewhere in the neighborhood, they are going to make a big effort. Does that mean they are going to be able to sign him? I'm not sure about that. These star players with a 1-year contract left usually wait until they get into the free agency market, which Vladdy's on his last year, and he has a right and a privilege to get into the free agent market. So hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully the Jays will show him the money and get him signed ASAP. And because if he gets into the free agency market, that price is going to go way the hell up. Look at what happened to Soto and Shohei. Crazy money. So there's a strong belief that the Blue Jays will do everything in their power to try to sign Vladimir to a new deal as soon as they can. Numbers have been thrown around for the past few weeks, from $450 to $585 million over 13 years. Is he worth it? I don't know. Leave a little comment below and tell me if he's worth that much or not. So yeah, here's Vladdy's buddy, Teo Hernandez. He was on the foul territory the other day, and he said he wants to stay. Teo Hernandez claims Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is upon to an extension with the Blue Jays. He does want to sit. Vladdy does want to stay. He's been saying that for a long time. So continue with the podcast that Hernandez was on, the foul territory. He was asked a question, how do you feel about the situation with Vladdy in the front office? And he says, I don't know why there hasn't been an extension yet, Hernandez said. Sometimes as a player, when you don't see the organization try to keep you, you get a little angry. Of course you would. I think that's normal. I don't think the Blue Jays want that to happen to Vladdy. Hopefully they can make it work because he wants to stay, and we want him to stay. He wants to stay with the Blue Jays and being there for the rest of his career. And we would love to have him for the rest of his career and have a little statue outside Rogers Center. Friggin' rights. But at the end of the day, it's business and you have to do what is best for you and your family. Of course. Family's first and whatever is best for you, right? So, despite Ross Atkins' terrible reports, well, it's true. But look at Steve Cowan towards Alonso. He did the same thing. He lowballed him too. So that goes both ways. Not just for Ross Atkins. So the Blue Jays still seem to be confident in signing Guerrero to an extension. And MLB reporter Hector Gomez reported yesterday that there has been some progression as they are closing on a deal. Well, I hope so. According to a report from Z101 digital reporter Hector Gomez, the Toronto Blue Jays and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. are working toward a contract extension. Yes, we've been hearing that. Sign them already. Sources: talks between the Blue Jays and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. are progressing satisfactory regarding a possible contract extension. The Jays are getting closer to what Vladdy Jr. is looking for, Farkas. So I hope this source is right. If it is, it's massive news. It's massive update that this is going to finally get done, because that's what us Blue Jays fans are waiting for him to get signed. So as far as Guerrero, he's still looking for a contract between $450 to $550 million, which the Blue Jays are apparently getting close to, despite previous reports that they had yet to make him an offer over $400 million. As reported before, it was around $340. So if we want to keep him, they're going to have to get around $500. That's what's going to take to keep him. But yes, this is Teo on the foul territory. Tweeted, hopefully they can make it work because he wants to stay. Teo Oscar Hernandez is surprised that the Blue Jays and Vladimir Guerrero haven't worked out an extension. I think we are all surprised. But it's going to happen, boys. You just wait. It's going to happen. I just know it. I'm very positive. All right. So sources have believed among the industry that the Toronto Blue Jays and first base, third base, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will agree upon an extension before his February 17th deadline. So it's all over the place. Everybody's hearing that he's going to sign before the 17th. It's going to happen. It's just when, how much, and see what happens. All right, so with just a little bit of stats for you from Vladdy to see, just to show how important and valuable this guy is to a team. So this is all four first bases in the league, from the top spot for the OPS, on base percentage, OPS. Guerrero leads the pack with 5.6. Then you got Harper at a 4.5, and look at the number 5 spot. Pete Alonso at 3.2. Wouldn't that be a pretty sight to have him sign for the Toronto Blue Jays? Now we got Vladdy, Santander, and possibly Alonso. Wouldn't that be a freaking sight to see in the lineup? Let's go. Okay, we're not going to get excited about that, but I'm just excited to get this guy signed. We got to get this guy signed. It's massive news. We got to get this guy signed. So a little bit more stats on the MLB Network. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. turned a dominant second half of the season en route to 323 average, 940 OPS in 2024. The Blue Jay slugger lands at number 4 on the Shredder's top 10 right now list at first base. So it seemed that as soon as he got his haircut after the All-Star season, he really picked things up. Didn't you think? He really picked it up. Here's a little bit more stats for you. By Stats Brad, Blue Jays top 5 players for total home runs since 2010. Jose Bautista, 272. Edwin, 231. Guerrero, 160. Teo, 129. And Smoke, 117. So Bautista first played for Toronto in 2008, but hit 272 home runs from 210 to 217. What? Yeah, Bautista, he was a fun guy to watch. A lot of people didn't like him, but as a Jays fan, we just loved him. But yeah, it really comes down to Mr. Ross Atkins. Now that Rogers Communication have opened up their pocketbooks, it's up to Ross Atkins to make a deal with Mr. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Sign this kid, Ross. Do this for the Blue Jays fans. We gotta do it for the Jays. But hopefully things will work out, and we'll see what happens. So we're gonna throw a little stats here. So Mr. Vladdy, we're just gonna see what he's got here. So stats. as you can see from his stats, he started in 2019, and he had a good start, 123 games, 15 homers, 69 ribbies. He's not bad. His average is 272. And then you look a few years later, 2021, that was his second runner-up for MVP. He almost beat Shohei. I think he should have won it, but anyway. But yeah, he had 48 homers, 111 RBIs. His OPS was over 1. That's crazy. And his slugging was over 600. So, and then years to come after that, he did slump down a little bit, but then he picked it right back last year again. He had over most hits he had he was in career in hits 199, career in second base of 44, but his homers were still a little low, but he did get over 103 RBIs, and his walks were good, and his OPS was up over 940, almost. So he had similar stats that he did in his MVP year in 2021. You just wait this year. I think he's going to really do very well. And we're all kind of hoping he does well, don't we? All right, so we're going to look at some charts here. Let me see here. Okay. So we got, as far as where he mostly gets all his base hits, is the second one right here. It's mostly in the center. He got 46 and the outside 32. Now then you break down of his home runs. It's mostly right in the center. So a lot of his contact is mostly center or center out. And center in very well too. And down below. So mostly middle and down where he mostly gets all his impact. And then you look at his exit velocity. It's pretty impressive. Right smack in the middle, 102.7, and then up a little higher where it gets a lot of pop too. So yeah, that's so I mean he's a valuable player. We need to get this kid signed up. So it's up to Mr. Ross Atkins to get the deal. So how do you guys feel about it all? Do you feel that the deal is going to get done before the 17th? I feel it's going to be done before the 17th. Definitely. How much do you feel that he's going to get? Do you think he's going to get over a 10-year, 12-year contract worth maybe $500 million? There's a possibility that he will get that. But if you want to leave a little comment below, leave one right below there. Tell me how you feel towards it. And if you like our content, give it a little like and subscribe. So, yeah, massive update. It's not massive, but it's a massive update towards Vladdy. They're getting close. The front office is getting close to where he wants it, where he wants his contract to be. And it's a good day. Hopefully tomorrow we'll hear more, or maybe tonight, but you never know. But thank you all for coming in to East Coast Blue Jays. My name is Pat McGraw. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, let's go Jays. See you guys.